Viven en un country. Andan en BMW para arriba. Los fines de semana se cogen a las mejores minas. Morfan bien todos los días. El día anterior al partido durmieron tranquilamente en un hotel 5 estrellas y se rascaron la verga durante 24 horas sin hacer nada, jugando al ping-pong y al pool y a la play. Juegan al fútbol todos los días de su vida. Los botines, $6.000, $5.000, no sé cuánto salen, ponele 3.000 mangos, 4.000 mangos, están vendados por un kinesiólogo. Están bien comidos, están bien entrenados, las medias que son las que no te cortan la circulación, los pantaloncitos que son los de los huevos que no te raspan los huevos, la camiseta te estira la espalda, es la que no transpira que sale 800 pesos, no sé cuánto sale una camiseta para jugar al fútbol. La pelota es perfecta, perfecta, 120 euros, inflada con un barómetro a 8 bares, la cancha no tiene un solo pozo, el arco tiene 7 metros 20 por 2,40. Te aplauden cuando salís a la cancha. La concha de tu madre no sabés parar una pelota. Le vas a pagar al arco y la tirás a la mierda. Le vas a hacer un pase a tu compañero que está a 1 metro y así se la pasas mal. Hijo de puta, eso me puede pasar a mí con esta panza. No.
Do you know what? I actually believe that he would score that goal that he's talking about. I actually would. But listen. This is the kind of football we're watching, guys, and it's another week of this football, unfortunately. You know, you live in the best countries, you drive the best cars, you've got the best money, you're getting money every week. And some people online are saying, no, you got to take it easy on them. No, you can't say that. No, we won. Listen, man, I can say whatever I want because I can support the club any way I want. We can praise and criticize. Why can't it coexist? It's okay. It's going to be constructive criticism. I can talk about 5 players right now off the bat, and I can tell you everything they're doing wrong on the pitch. Like we're seeing this with our own eyes. But listen, guys, we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about Arsenal, Everton. Obviously, it's going to be a big game, tough game. You know, always physical with Everton, but we'll get to that in a little bit. Jez, how are you doing? And what was your thoughts on the Champions League game? You want to play Champions League?
Well, I'm doing fine, mate. Thank you. And hope you're well. And it's always a pleasure to come on with these absolute real ones on here. Yeah. Yeah. That's the one team that I picked before the round of 16. I thought I was, obviously overly confident about it. It wasn't a great performance. Really got lucky with that bloody penalty. For me, that was not a penalty. But yeah, I mean, if that had happened against Arsenal, the breakdown would have been unbelievable by certain factors and section of the fans, certain channels. But yeah, it wasn't a great performance at all. I'm expecting better today. Although this is not going to be an easy game. This is not going to be an easy game. We know what Everton can be like. And I'm expecting a win. I have gone for 2-1. But it's not going to be an easy ride, gents. That's for sure.
Fair enough. Jamboy. Long time no see. And how are you doing, obviously, first of all? That's the most important thing.
Good to be
and
back,
yeah, the Champions League game. What was your thoughts on the Bayer Leverkusen game?
Yeah, first of all, we have missed the last few streams because my granddad passed away a couple of weeks ago, so we weren't really in the right frame of mind. Thanks for bearing with me, mate. I appreciate that. But yeah, big up the chat, big up everyone on the panel, as always. Leverkusen, yeah, that was awful. It was so bad that I thought it could possibly be one of our worst performances this season. As for the penalty, like I'm hearing people saying, "Oh, he's caught his back foot. He's caught him." Football is a contact sport. The fact he did catch him slightly. Did that contact make Madueke go down, or did Madueke
He
feel
stuck his
that
leg
slight
out.
contact? Yeah,
I'll take the penalty, but he stuck his leg out. He put it on the. He obviously put it there for him to obviously to catch him out just in case. But it was smart. It was smart, to be honest. It was very, very cunning.
It wasn't even soft. I just don't think it was a penalty. He's felt that slight touch on his foot, and he's gone down on his own accord. He hasn't been taken out. I mean, I was quite embarrassed because when I was watching it in real time, I actually thought penalty. But when I see the first time I see the replay, I looked at it, I thought, that's never a penalty. There's no way. If that's given against Arsenal, I'm fuming. We've got to keep this real. I mean, people that are saying it's a penalty, would you like it against you? And the answer you'll find is no, you wouldn't like it. So you've got to keep it consistent. You've got to be realistic. Take the biasy side out of it. That was awful. And I was saying in chats, in some of the chats that we go in, we've been a lot better. We've been brilliant in the Champions League this year. In the league, we've been rubbish. In some of the cup games, we've not been so good. But in the Champions League, we've been really good pretty much every game. And then they produced that. First knockout game, you know. And it makes you think, because it's the knockout game, is Arteta setting up, is he, you know what I mean? Don't go to that sort of Premier League style football and all that, because we're in the knockouts now. Yeah, it wasn't great. I mean, they need to bounce back today. They need a good performance and a win today. However, I'll take a win regardless.
No, but 100%. I don't think it was Arteta's well, it was his tactics, but we got bopped off the park. They played way better than us. By Leverkusen. I'll be honest. They bopped off the park. It was similar to the PSG game. It was similar to the PSG game last season. I feel like they were better than us. Salute to you, Nats. Manny,
like men v boys.
How are you doing, my friend? And what's your thoughts on the Champions League game? Do you want to play Champions League?
I want to win Champions League. And first of all, before starting, I do want to just make a very small tribute to our former goalkeeper, Amy Carr. She actually passed away at the age of 35 yesterday from cancer. She was obviously an England youth goalkeeper and played for Arsenal and Chelsea during her time. And after her retirement, she devoted her time to raise money for brain tumor research. And it's a very sad loss. And we hope that her family will find strength and be at peace. And hopefully Arsenal will win today and also win the league and dedicate it to her memory. And as far as the Champions League game was concerned, look, that was just horrible. It was. I think we were complacent and we were caught cold and we very nearly paid the price. It has to be said. And I know that a lot of people are going to complain about how, we deserved some luck because Robert Andrich should have been sent off in the first half, the 2 bookable offences. But then, that doesn't really justify us, completely falling asleep at the beginning of the half and allowing that corner to be scored. And I don't know if you noticed, but there seems to be a pattern. Every time David Raya makes a wonderful fingertip save to concede a corner, we end up conceding a goal from that same corner. It's happened about 2 or 3 times. That's too many times for it to be a mere coincidence. So I think the SMS that we send to David Raya would be, if you have to save it, mate, just don't tip it over the bar. Just push it away. We don't want to concede a corner. And Bayer Leverkusen playing at home were, they were up for the fight. They were the underdogs going into the game, and they knew that they had nothing to lose. But they literally looked, they were compact, they were composed, and they put us to shame. But what's also really saddening is that when you take a look at the fact that some of our players are starting to literally run on empty, not even fumes, but empty. I'm talking about the likes of Bukayo Saka and Declan Rice and Jurrien Timber, among others. And also, I want to say big up to my boy Natster, who is, of course, here. I will continue to drop his name for what he said. He said a long time ago and on many streams since, pattern recognition. Because what we're seeing here, gentlemen, is not just a pattern that's repeating itself under Arteta. It's also repeating itself during Wenger's last decade, because we'd start well, we'd, be top of the league and we'd have everyone drooling over us, and we'd also go around saying, give us some respect, but forgetting that it's always a marathon and never a sprint, although marathon is now called Snickers these days, go figure. We end up having this situation where we suffer injuries and fatigue, and it leads to a drop in form, and that drop in form lasts long enough for us to be to end up being out of contention for major trophies. And the sad part is we just don't seem to learn our lessons from history. And it's all down to, his poor, personnel, player management, his own man management, Arteta's. And we're seeing the same cycle repeated again. I was saying that on Rich Gooner's stream this morning, and shout out to Jez. He was in the chat for that. Wonderful to catch up with him. And we were talking briefly as well about David Dean. But this is why this game and the games that follow are going to be so important, because we just need the 3 points now any which way, but we shouldn't have to be in this position. If our squad quality is so good, we should have no qualms about, resting some of our first team players and bringing in some adequate ones to come in their place. If Yuri and Timber is in no position to play, do we bring in Christian Mosquera, or do we hope that Benny Blanco is fit enough to be able to play it? We'll find out sooner or later. And then, if Saka can't play, I think Madueke might probably end up starting, but then we need to make sure that we get some more from him. And yes, he won the penalty. Yes, he scored against Mansfield Town. But for 50, there's nothing wrong in saying that for 50 odd million quid, we have a right to expect more from him. And even now, you've got Chelsea fans who are basically laughing at us, saying fools and their money are soon parted. And it's how shameless they are to be laughing at us, given where they are right now in the Premier League and the Champions League. So I want to see a win today. I want to see 3 points. And that performance from Leverkusen, going back to the question, was another reminder that if we allow ourselves to be complacent simply because we qualified as the best team in the league, then we're asking for trouble. And if anyone thinks that the home leg at the Emirates will be easy, you're going to have to think again, because Leverkusen are going to be determined to put one over on us big time, especially seeing their old boy score against them, that penalty that shouldn't have been awarded. That is literally a red rag to a bull. So I just hope that we will get our act together and just somehow find our way in our remaining games. But I can confidently say that we're not going to win the Champions League, so that's no quadruple. There's no quadruple for us this year. As for today's game, I just want a scammy win, and I'm going with Jez on this one. 2-1 win. Let's get the goals by any which way, any means necessary. But there's a lot of cause for worry, and if we drop points today, that's a really big cause for worry, because we could see that continuing for a few games, and that could prove fatal.
Fair enough. Big up Rob. Rob, thank you for being here. And how are you doing, man? How are you doing? And what was your thoughts on that Leverkusen game?
Yeah, I'm good. Having a good weekend so far. Here comes the Arsenal bit, so we'll see if that continues. But yeah, the Leverkusen game, for me, I thought it was just another normal performance from us, really. I wasn't surprised at that. It's disappointing, obviously, but there was a lot of people, like the commentators and people on socials and whatnot, saying this was an off night. And I was like, it's not an off night. This is kind of a normal performance. This is what we've come to expect. Like the games against Leeds and Spurs have kind of been the exception to the rule. I mean, this is how we've been playing for ages. So, and I don't see the second leg being any different to that. And as Jez and Jamboy kind of like alluded to, that penalty, these people, there's so many people defending the penalty, it was driving me crazy. I mean, it's so clearly a dive, because there's a shot from behind that you see where he can clearly just land on his feet and keep going, but he hangs his leg. He independently sort of like alters the angle of his left leg in midair and then just drops. Cool. It's against the Germans. I don't care, honestly. But for these people, if that happens in the second leg if it's 0-0 in the second leg on 85 minutes and that happens and shit goes down, under a challenge from Gabriel in the same way, you think these people are going to be backing it. These people will be going crazy. So, I mean, it's just mad. Is it not? Can't these people just be honest enough and just say, look, we got lucky there. We scammed the penalty. It was a bit of a dive, but we moved, cool, whatever.
But then they have to admit that we've been lucky for a long, long time. And we're talking about the first 5 to 10 games of 7 games. And now we're talking about the last 5 games, 6. They can't explain it, Rob.
Like Manny said, like you look at that performance and you think to yourself, like, how on earth are we expected to win a Champions League if that's how we're going to perform? I don't think, even if Arteta sets the team out to play more attackingly aggressive tactics, I don't think the players have the capability to do it because they're just too fucked. Like, they could do it for X amount of time, for 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes, and perhaps you can get a couple of goals in that time if you're lucky. But if you don't, we're fucked. Like, they just don't. They're just too fatigued to be able to do it. It's like, even if you got another manager in now who's a more competent manager than Arteta, we wouldn't be able to do anything because they're too fucked to go for like 75, 80 minutes playing at like the required top level. This is what my main concern is about the running, that we just don't have the gas in the tank to do it.
Fair enough, man. Fair enough. Norms.
Yeah, what are you saying?
We're not in the Matrix today.
No.
But no background joke. There's nothing.
No.
Okay, fair enough. We got to you, man.
Man.
How are we feeling about that Bayern Leverkusen game?
Yeah, listen, as I said on the Bruised Banana, I absolutely scammed away through that game. The penalty, I said, like, when you saw it, and I first saw it, I was thinking, oh, we've got away with this. Because, like, from the front, you see he's tricked, it looks like he's either tricked over his foot or the ball. And then they show another angle where he's already going down, and obviously he's left his foot there, and the players fell on his foot. So, obviously...
Do you believe it's a penalty, Norms?
No, I think it was soft. Okay. That's why that's why I'm saying we scammed away. We scammed away because let me
rephrase that. Nowadays, in today's football, do you think that's a penalty? Because the rules are different. Back in the day, and today's rules are completely different. So, in today's football,
it seems like in the Champions League they are a little bit more strict. Maybe in the Premier League it might have not been given, but in the Champions League, he didn't even go over and look at the screen. You know what I mean? They ruled it out as a penalty, and it is what it is. But it was very soft. We got lucky. in terms of the game, listen, Arteta's been going on about, evolution of the game, and the press conference, they spoke to him and he was using all the analogy of a tennis game, like, how can you tell someone not to win a game with a ace and whatever? Now, we've seen tennis stars play. I'd rather sit down and watch McEnroe and be on ball, just hitting rallies and enjoying it. I get it. It does change and all of that. But all Arteta's trying to do and justify by saying this is the way we play, right? And there are other teams in the league that are copying us. Now, if you look at all the leagues in Europe, they're playing completely different football to what they're playing in the Premier League. So he's basically saying he used the analogy or used the example of Newcastle nullifying Bayern Munich, not Bayern Munich, Barcelona. So they had to change their game. And he's basically saying that's because of Newcastle. Now, so what you're basically saying is that just go into a game, nullify the team, try not to lose, and just make it tough for us to lose the game. And then if you get away with a goal, you get away with a goal. And that's really Arteta's tactics when it comes to the way we play football now. It really is boring. Every now and again, you're gonna see us front a great game, Leeds, Bayern Munich, Atletico Madrid. You're gonna get those games, but it's far and few between. Most of the games that we're watching, and you wonder to yourself, how are we 7 points? How are we 7 points? The league in itself is bad anyway. All right, everybody in the league is bad, and we today cannot afford to draw or lose this game. It's likely that we could draw the game because Everton in their last 2 games, they're in quite good form and they are good away from home as opposed to playing at home. So we got to look at them. They're going to be doing their set pieces. You saw what they did against Man United, and so they're going to give us our own medicine. I just want to, and it's maybe not happen. These last 8 games where we have 5 home games now, whatever it is, including this one. We need to just get the results now. I'm not worried about the performance. It's too late for Arteta to be changing anything up, which he hasn't actually got in his ammo. Because most of the time, when these guys go out and play, I think they just play off their own cuff, and you just see them playing without any restriction. But far too many times, you can just see the way, if Arteta's controlling the game, if he wants them to play a certain way, it's to go into games and make sure that you don't lose the game. Today, it's probably going to be another stinky game. We need the 3 points to put the pressure on Man City today, who play after us. So if we go 10 points clear, albeit that they'll have 2 games in hand, it will add a little bit of pressure on Man City going into the West Ham game. That's not going to be easy for Man City going into that West Ham game after taking a battering off of Real Madrid. But what we need to do is just do our bit of the business and let them work, and then let them worry about what they need to do. Right? So we need to just get the points. How we get the points, we just get the money. If it's an own goal, or set piece,
it is what it is.
or it is what it is. And today I did on Shane's show, I did say 2-0. Fluky goal is going to be an own goal and probably a set piece how we win this game. But listen, if he proves me wrong and they go out, because this is what they do, they take you by surprise, because you see what they did against Atletico Madrid. You saw what they did against Bayern Munich. All right, obviously that's the Champions League. But then they took that same style now against a Bayer Leverkusen side who, sitting 6th or 7th in their league, or 6 players out, and we go there and produce that. Not good enough. And probably the only decent player on that pitch in that game was probably Raya and our left back, Ankipe. You know what I mean? Other than that, the rest of the team.
What about Madueke? I thought he was going to say Madueke.
Well, listen, it was a master. It was an absolute masterstroke by Arteta to take off Saka, who was having a terrible game. And according to Zippy, it was a masterstroke, because he came on and the whole game changed. It was his like for like. The man wasn't playing well. Simple things. Take him off. You should have taken him off at half time. He was the worst player on that pitch in that game. Worst player on that pitch. It's not rocket science. Yeah, and then you're trying to say that will send a message to the rest of the team. If you're not playing, what are you talking about? That guy should have been taken off a long time ago. In certain games, you shouldn't be starting. Today it looks like Madueke starting. I think Saka. I just saw the team news. I think Madueke
Saka starting too. So, but
Saka starting. I didn't see that. Sorry, I saw Madueke, but I didn't see that. You know what I mean? And just for the record, Rashid. Yeah. Madueke is not better than Saka. Just say that.
Big up Norms, man. Big up to everyone that's locked in as well, man. Make sure you like the show. Make sure you do and sub to the team, of course. Akers, big up to you, man. Big up Yasta. Big up Jalil, man. Thank you, my bro. Thank you for the lineup. But I wanted to read out this comment. This comment was elite, by the way, by someone of 2509. That's what I'm going to call you. Arsenal might have earned the top spot in the league phase of the UCL, but they are fortunate to have ended up on the easier side. So, look, this is the thing, Nats. I mean, we're going to talk about, first of all, obviously, about the Champions League game. Obviously, we want to know how you're doing. But we did get, I think, that first and second position in the league get the same kind of like, do you know what I'm saying? They get the same kind of like perks where you get like an easier run, play home side or whatever. But we did get the easier side, Nats. But it didn't feel so easy last game. I mean, where do we go from here? And that's what are we going to do about this team, especially that forward line,
First and foremost, big up Rashid, big up to everyone on the panel, Jez, Jamboy, Norms, Manny, the Doc, and yourself up there, sir. I keep forgetting your name, but big up either way. Big up to the chat as well. For me, that was an absolute shit show. Like, I had to like leave work early. I left work early to watch that pile of shit. Like what the hell was that? What the hell was that? I know we're at this point of the season where these players aren't going to get any better. But my God, if you're tired, if you're shattered, all of this, that, and the third, you still got to be doing better than that. Where are the fundamentals? Where are the basics? They're lacking all over the park. All over the park. Like, I'm not hearing no excuses no more. You know, pattern recognition, as I always say, big up, man. It's just like I'm not hearing them excuses. Oh, they're tired. Oh, but like this. Oh, but that.
Facts.
You know, the rule changes. You know, players trying to adjust to what was it? Mansfield. It was like, oh, it was a horrible pitch. The ball was too bouncy. The ball wasn't round enough.
Why wasn't it bouncy for Dowman? That's my question. That's big up Shane Gaynor, by the way. You know what I'm saying? Why?
Always. Because Dowman's our best player, bruv, technically. And we sent our second best player, technically, on loan to Marseille. It's as simple as that. When are we going to stop forking out 300k or big contracts to players that just don't deserve it, that ain't been performing? Bukayo Saka, yeah, he was the worst player on the pitch. 300k a fucking week. What was it, 200k goal bonus probably? 500k if he scores in 1 week. That is absolutely disgraceful.
Oh, but he get taxed, Nats. He gets taxed. He gets taxed.
Not even that no more. It's not looking.
Do you know what's mad about the Saka thing? Yeah, GA can't save him. Performance can't save him. There's nothing really there. I don't know how strong his PR team is. It's just incredible to me because when I tell you, I know that you don't agree with me, but Madueke right now is a better option. I'm telling you, people, right now he's the better option.
Yeah, right now he is the better option. But the thing is with Bukayo Saka, we know he's been ran into the ground the most, like because when Southgate was manager, he was playing him every single minute, every single game, even in the qualifiers, didn't take him off. Arteta was doing that for the longest. Now he's at a point, Arteta, where he's trying to rest players here and there. You should have been doing that years ago, bruv. Like, you've destroyed this. There is nothing you can do outside of get the results now, right here, right now, Fatboy Slim saying, it's going to save your ass. That will save your job. Save your 15 million bomber Clark pounds a year, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? That is the only way you're going to do it. All the shit you should have done before, it's too late. What we saw at Leverkusen, it didn't surprise me. No one stood out. No one really stood out. Everyone was piss poor. Madueke came on, it made the difference. But again, the bar is so damn low. So damn low. Apparently, Declan Rice is getting another 300k. Like, when do we learn? When do we learn?
I want to ask you a question. What is, and this is for everyone, by the way, how many assists do you think Rice has from open play this season? Come on. He's got 5 assists, by the way. But how many assists does he have from open play?
Probably 0. Yeah.
I'd say 0.
Somebody said there was an assist against Wolves or whatnot. But listen, 1, 0. That number's crazy. Do you know what I'm saying? 1, exactly. Yeah, against Wolves, isn't it? 1. He's the number 8, Nats. Obviously, I'm agreeing with you. I'm not. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No. I hear that, bro.
He's the number 8, Nats. You know, you remember the number 8s that we had, right? Sorry.
That proves that he's a 6. He's not a creative midfielder.
I don't even believe he's a 6. For me, Declan Rice is an old school number 4 with less tech. What's his face? Less tech. Look, I can be harsh, but Norms, Jez, you're old school. Respectfully, you know what I'm talking about, right? Declan Rice is not this all-action midfielder like captain. Not even English, do you know what I'm saying? Declan English, whatever, do you know what I'm saying? He's not that guy, bro. He's got the energy, yeah. There's certain elements that I like about his game, but he's not the complete midfielder that everyone claims he is. He's a defensive guy. He's a ball recycler. He's a ball winner. He's a great
ball retention.
Yeah, ball retention, great ball winner. That is it. And he'll put the challenge in here and there. If he was playing number 4, he'd be doing a lot less running. A lot of these players, especially Bukayo, Bomber Clark Saka, should be doing not even barely walking, bruv. He should be just standing there, just strolling about, You know, not even going to training, just sit in the sauna, sit in the spa, and just relax. Heal your blood clot self. Do you know what I'm saying? None of this jogging, none of this running laps around the pitch. This manager's a lunatic, bro. This manager's a lunatic. And going on to today, is anyone else going to be surprised if it's a 0-0 again? Back once again for the Renegade Master and all of that. Best believe that we 0-0 against Everton last season on the die sheet. We got more. It's Master the Apprentice, Palpatine Vader, but more anticlimactic. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, either way, it is what it is. Like, it's going to be a stink fest, an absolute stink fest. I still predict a 1-0 because I just have a feeling we're just going to scam a win. We're doing the scammer thing. You know what I'm saying? That's all we're doing now. I said before last time, and on other panel shows on my team as well. Like, I don't expect performances. It's way too late. It's way too late in the season for that shit. I just want results. If you're going to stink your way to a title, to an FA Cup and League Cup, because I don't think we'll win the Champions League either. Fine. You better get over the line, because if you don't get over the line, you're on the chopping block. Your ass is on the line and you're in deep shit. Thin fucking ice, my pedigree chum. And I shall be under it when it breaks. Best believe that. If you know people. And I'll leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? So
Fair enough, man. Well said. Always, man. Always controversial when it comes to Nats. Big up to you, man. Doctor, I mean, you heard what everybody else said. What do you think of that Leverkusen game, man?
Well, first and foremost, big up to everyone here on the panel and in the chat, and also big up to you, Jamboy. Good to see you back here. I hope everything is well, and I certainly know the sentiment very personally of losing someone close to.
It happens. It's part of life, mate. But thank you anyway. I appreciate that, mate.
For sure. As Manny had correctly said, this is, if that. Rather, so for example, if someone on the Leverkusen side had done that kind of work that Madueke had done and snagged a penalty, you would not stop hearing Arteta sexuals on social media talk about robbed. Oh, referees have an agenda. PGMOL has an agenda. The Illuminati has an agenda. The universe has an agenda. Everyone, across the solar system has an agenda against Arsenal. But when it works in our favor, then it's a different story, and that right there is partisanship, not principle. So we really stunk out a result from that. And it seems like we're going to be, doing the same today as well. Looking at that lineup, not pleased, and But overall, I'm really sick and tired of watching this club. I really need the summer to approach us now, because I need a break. I really do need a break. I am truly just someone had asked, on DJV's stream last night, and big up DJ, what are we going to remember this era by? What is this era going to truly represent? When we look back 10-15 years down the road from now. And the way that I
probably only remember the set piece coach. I feel like he's the only one that you're going to remember.
Right. Well, I'm sure there may be a nice, light bulb memory. I'm sure there's going to be a nice memory, of when the therapy dog's scampering around London Colney. There'll be a bunch of nonsense that we will remember, and we will also ruefully remember how we had bottled back-to-back league titles, how we had spent over £1 billion to still be asking questions about our squad with respect to quality and depth. I swear down that that if this season does not result in silverware, there is going to be such a massive necessity for an intervention, not only at this club but also the fan base, or at least the so-called fan base, because there are a lot of people here that are supporting a manager over the club that they claim to support, and that right there is indicative of of how far we have fallen over time. We have gone on for over 2 decades without winning the league. That's not indicative of a big club. It's indicative of a try-hard club. That they are doing the big in and trying to present itself as a larger institution than what we really are. At the end of the day, I don't care. I don't care who the manager is. I don't care who the players are. I don't care. If they're good enough, they will get us over the line, and then we can revere them to be the legends of the club that they are. But they have to earn that. They have to work for that. And until that happens, they are just, they're just average Joe Schmoes. So I don't want to sound all toxic and negative, and I'm not, and I'm not even trying to. I'm just exhausted. This club is exhausting. This manager is exhausting. I miss seeing delicious football on the field. I miss having an out and out goal scorer. I miss having an out and out 10 that's just exciting to watch. And excuse me, and that ultimately works as an orchestrator in midfield. And our club history has been littered with some of the best 9s and 10s to have ever played the game. And this manager can't even get a tune out of attacking players. And even furthermore, what absolutely bothers me to all end is that we're seeing transfer news for Ethan and Lewis Skelly to be moving on in the summer. That's a sackable in offense in and of itself. How many more quality players do we have to send out the door just because this manager doesn't personally like them, or just has an agenda because he rates other players that are not good enough? I'm just, it's annoying, it's exhausting. But as far as the Leverkusen match, that was absolutely shambolic, especially because we are talking about a Bayer Leverkusen that pretty much sold off their entire invincible squad. It is a shadow of a team of their former self, and we're always told that we have the best squad in the league, best depth, best manager, all these positive superlatives about about the team. And yet we pulled out another performance like that, which has been a commonality this entire season. So there's only one job to do next week, and that is to beat Leverkusen at home. But today is also a massive match ahead of us. It requires complete 3 points. But based off of that lineup, I don't see it.
Yeah, fair enough, man. Wesley, you gotta relax, my bro. You gotta relax. Every time you're here doing the most, and you're 40 years old, bro, you gotta relax. I'll be real. You have to. If you do want to run into me, what are we talking about? We're talking about football, real life. Real life is not a problem, bro. You can email me. We can link up anytime, and we can talk about it. We can scrap about it. We can. Do you know what I'm saying? You come too aggressive. I've allowed you too many times, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Too many times. And if it is about football you're talking about, there's a Northside calling show that is, Northside, and there's a calling show on Friday when Aaron does it. So there you go, bro. You'll find me there. Bro. Oh my days, bro. I'm gonna smoke you. Wesley. Oh my days. I beg you email me, bro. I beg you email me. I will fuck you up. I beg you email me. I beg you.
What kind of name honestly, what kind of name is Wesley anyhow?
Exactly, my bro. Oh my days. Yeah. But yeah, listen, man. Rooney was talking about how Arteta's been playing defensive football for the last 3 years. I think it was 3 years. For the last 3 years and getting he was getting second place for the last 3 years playing attacking football. That was false, because he only played attacking football for 1 year. The other years, do you know what I'm saying? The other years he played defensive football, bro. you know what I'm saying? He played defensive football. And he played, I don't know, controlled. Do you know what I'm saying? So this is the thing, bro. This is the thing. I don't think that we've been playing like we've been playing. So it was attacking football, controlled football, defensive football. Controlled was basically defensive. Let's be honest here. But anyway, every way didn't work. So this is the last straw. This is the last year that he has to show us what he's made of, bro. But you can see, bro. You can see. I look, man. I'm the type of friend that will tell you the truth. I'm not just gonna give you a hug and tell you that's it's gonna be all right, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? No, I'm gonna give you the truth. You're talking about Saka and Rice in that mid. They're playing today. Obviously, Saka does not deserve to play right now. It is what it is. He doesn't deserve to play, in my opinion. The lineup is David Raya, Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, Calafiore, whatever. I would like Hincapié, but Calafiore, I understand. Hincapié is probably injured or something like that, or I don't know what happened. Rice, Zubimendi, and Eze. This is what my concern is. Rice, Zubimendi, and Eze. This is how I know it's going to be the same football as the last game. And the game before that, and the game before that, it's the same midfield, same players, side to side, play safe football. That's what we're going to see. Saka, Madueke, Havertz. Now, I always big up Shane, by the way. He was the one that mentioned it. He was like, he played the left foot player when playing on the left when Gyökeres wasn't there. I always used to say, let's put Saka on the left so we can, low cross the ball to Gyökeres, because Gyökeres likes those kind of balls, and he gets stuck in. He's a good striker, always in the great positions. He take his chances. But we playing Havertz. Now Havertz, yeah, he's a false nine. He can, he's more techier than Gyökeres. But is he the guy? No. Going forward, no. But it is what it is. Gyökeres has made it very hard to defend him. Look, the whole forward line, I think they're so gassed, in my opinion. They're so gassed. There's so many players that are better than them. But listen, man, we're getting chances. We're winning. Who cares, innit? Who cares? Ndai is actually one of my favorite players. And Beto, bro. Ndai is a baller. Ndai is a good baller. He's a good player. He's a good player, bro. Ndai. And Beto is that kind of striker, who uses physical presence, get stuck in. But it was going to be the same thing even if Barry played. But Jez, you saw the lineup. What's your thoughts on the game now that you have seen the lineup?
That's pretty much he's only got two setups, hasn't he? So it's the same old setup, and we'll see what happens. Saka better turn up today. He certainly didn't turn up against Leverkusen, that's for sure. And I agree with Shane's comment. If he's playing on Saka's on the left, it's a great time to play Gyökeres. But he won't do that because that's Arteta's way. Looking at that defence, I'm quite happy with that. Midfield is midfield, what we normally have. Zubimendi, sorry, not for me. Not for me. He's too light. He's a liability. Don't rate him at all. I'm sorry, but no. Eza, he's got to turn up, mate. He needs to stamp his authority on the game. And the last few games, he hasn't. Big disappointment for me, actually. When we signed him from Palace, I was really happy about it. I thought, yeah, here we go. But he hasn't really shone, has he? He has against Tottenham, hat-trick, scored 2 at their gaff. But no, I was expecting a lot more from him. So let's hope we get something out of him today. Madueke, 2 in and out for me. Yeah. Probably go for another diving sub penalty today. Wouldn't be at all surprised if he tries that little trick again. Don't think he'll get away with that in the Premier League myself. But we're going to see. We're going to see. Molenko, yeah, good player. Good player. Ndiaye, I like him as well, as you just made a point. So it's going to be an interesting afternoon. against a more seasoned manager that can actually shit out his way to causing drama. So yeah, we're going to see, man. It's going to be interesting.
Nah, fair enough. Fair enough. Well said, Jez. Jamboy, what are you saying about this this game, man? Now that you've seen the lineup.
Yeah, I agree with. As soon as I see Shane's comment, because I didn't actually see the lineup until it got put up here, and Shane wrote the time he plays a left winger or a left-footed left winger, he's dropped Gyökeres, and they're the sort of balls he wants across the face of the goal at pace, so he can just run in and tap them in. And he puts Havertz there when he does it. I just look, Havertz fits in this system better than Gyökeres does. I'm not saying I prefer Havertz because I don't. But the false nine in this system, Havertz suits it better at the moment than Gyökeres does because he's an out-and-out striker. I'm happy with the defence all the time. It's Raya, Timber, Saliba, Gabriel. To be honest with you, whoever's left back, whether it's Calafiori, Hincapié or Marzu Skelly, they're all pretty similar to me. But I would say Hincapié is slightly ahead of the others at the moment. But I'm happy with the defence. Calafiori is certainly better going forward than he is defending when he's at left back, that's for sure. Rice, this game here, Rice, Zubamendi, I would have played Norgard instead of Zubamendi in this game.
Norgard's not even in the team.
It's not in the team, it's not on the bench.
Is he injured or has he just been left out?
You never know with this manager. You never know. You never know.
Let's say he's just been left out the squad because he's just surplus to requirements today. I would have started Norgard instead of Zubamendi today because this game is going to be physical, and whether you're at home or not, the physicality is sometimes where we come unstuck in midfield. And Zubamendi he's like a boy playing man's football sometimes. It's the same with Odegaard as well. I just think we need a more physical player in there with Rice. Let Rice, as he does, I don't think he's an 8, but let him go forward, and then you can keep Norgard as your insurance policy. But yeah, I expect this team to still be smoking this Everton side. I mean, you've got Njai, who is a very good player. He's a very good player.
He's dangerous, isn't he?
Yeah, he's very dangerous. And is he a right? Is he right side?
Left.
He moves around, but he's left.
Yeah, but he's tricky.
So he's going to be up against Timber. Yeah. So he's going to be.
Well, he can play on both. He can, sometimes they interchange, but
don't be surprised if he ain't getting any joy out of Timber. Moyes don't say, right, go over on the right side and smoke Calafiori and watch him get caught out.
Yeah.
But you've also got the other guy, Dwight McNeil. On his day, he's a bit of a tricky player as well, Dwight McNeil. And no Tarkowski either, I noticed.
Yeah. McNeil actually got great crosses. He's got great crosses.
McNeil's a techie player. He's a techie player.
He's underrated because it's McNeil. It's not McNeil.
He's underrated. He is underrated. Terry McNeil.
He needs to be more exotic. These men like it more exotic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, if he was Brazilian, McNeilzinho, everyone would be saying he's
they're rating.
But Tarkowski's not playing by the looks of it.
No, it's not on the bench.
That is massive. Mm-hmm. That's huge. Because I was worrying about Tarkowski because he's got previous with us.
Yeah,
he's always solid, or he gets a goal from a corner. Him not playing gives me a bit more confidence that I think we will win today. Stinky or not, I think we will win this game. Looking at them two teams, I think we will win. Whether we stink it out or smack them, either way, I think we'll win.
Fair enough, man. Manny, I mean, you've seen the lineup, my bro. What's your thoughts now?
Well, I mean, from the looks of it, he's made a few tweaks to the defense, and I think, as Jamboy said, it could very well be that Hincapié might be in need of a rest, but obviously with Calafiori coming in, he has shown that he can do well going forward. So it does seem to be quite a bit of an attacking lineup. I'm still very concerned about, Saka still starting. And Madueke on the left means obviously Trossard is still not, he's not even in the squad. So clearly that injury which ruled him out of the Leverkusen game was more serious than we thought. And so it could very well be a sign that this has to be Martinelli's last season, because if Madueke is coming in ahead of you, then boy, oh boy. There is a part of me that thinks that maybe playing Madueke on the left could be the way forward. And especially if Ethan Nwaneri were to come back from his loan deal with Marseille and play with us, then that could be the way going forward. No more cutting in and delivering crosses. It could very well be those crosses sort of being whipped in from those flanks, which would suit Gyökeres a lot more. And so why Gyökeres isn't starting in this game, I have no idea. Is Arteta trying to keep us guessing? Is he trying to play Havertz back into form? Is he trying to reward Havertz for saving our bacon or schnitzel, you could say, in that game in Germany? I'm not too sure. But when I heard that Tarkowski was out for the game, I told myself, and I think I concur with Jamboy here, that, yep, I'm quite happy with that. And Tarkowski isn't even in Liverpool's squad, although they do have Seamus Coleman, and Barry can also come in off the bench. Do be very wary about Tyler Dibbling. He was balling for Southampton last season when they got relegated. And so if he comes on, he could cause quite a few problems. So I'm a little bit more confident of a win. But again, if we are complacent, if we're lethargic and we take this not at all seriously, then we are asking for trouble. But I'm still hopeful for a 2-0 win. And I'll be very interested to see how we play today. But again, Rice and Zubimendi, no room for Norgard. Why did you buy him? And what is this flex about supposedly rescuing Norgard from a relegation dogfight with Tottenham? If you aren't going to trust him for games like this, where he'd, just slot in like a hand into a glove and really do a job against a team like Everton. It's poor squad management more than anything else, or it could very well be, as DJB brilliantly said, that our squad depth is really filler more than anything else. At this particular point, as a lot of people have said, I can't be, asked about the performance. I just want a win. I want the 3 points. But if we don't get the 3 points again, this could be the start of, a slight decline at the worst possible time. And as I said, that is something that is really, really scary.
Fair enough, man. Rob, Andrew's saying, I wonder which half we are going to turn up. Big up Andrew J54. What's your thoughts, man? And what's your thoughts on this game?
I'm not sure we'll turn up particularly in either half, to be honest with you. But for a start, like Norgard not being in the squad means that Zubi and Rice are probably going to get another 90 minutes then. Like two players who really shouldn't be playing 90 minutes will likely just play 90 minutes because who's going to come in?
But isn't that every game, Rob?
But this is what I'm saying. Like two players who we don't need. They need a little bit of rotation. These guys, and like we've got no option unless MLS or unless Calafiori comes in, he sorts it around somehow. But I'm just like, it's sort of bizarre, isn't it? But then it's not bizarre because this is Arteta. I suppose we need to expect this. And look, we're told Havertz is the answer, that we were waiting for him to come back and save our season and take us to the title. So here we go. Like, time to prove himself, innit? In reality, I feel like this has just another set piece again all over it, like scammy tight win, just as we're all thinking. I mean, we've seen nothing to encourage us that we're going to go out there and smash them. I mean, if we are champions elect, let's show some quality, let's show some class, especially in the context of all the recent talk about us being boring. I know, like, we've talked about our style of play for a while, but more recently, I feel in the media and the socials, it's kind of escalated about our boring style and stuff. So today, perhaps, will be an opportunity to go out there, win 3-0, something like that, and just kind of put a marker down and go, no, fuck you, we can play. But are we going to do that? It's highly unlikely. I just don't think we got the energy to do it. Maybe we can for 20 minutes, 25 minutes. But yeah, Tarkowski not playing, that is kind of big, especially set piece wise. And yeah, I can only see it. I can see a little 1-0. I'm not worried about them going forward too much, but I am worried about them being super compact, super organized, and just not really giving us a sniff from open play. So I think it's going to be another difficult watch, gentlemen, unfortunately.
Does anybody know why Tarkowski's not playing?
Got a knock. He said on the lineup he's got a knock.
Oh, he's got a knock. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
He's scared of Arsenal. He don't want to play because against the best team in the world.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, he probably is.
He's
probably
bowed
is.
out. He's bowed
Shit
out.
on me timbers. Yeah, 100%. Doc, we're looking at the lineup now.
Mhm.
What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, oh, I'm telling you, it's really funny, because like I remember at the beginning of the season, everyone's talking about, oh, we have all this great depth. Now Arteta can rotate the squad. Everyone can stay fit throughout the entire season. Yeah, we are seeing how that's playing out. Like I cannot stand for the life of me that Lewis Skelly is getting treated the way that he is. I do not like it. Do not like it at all. And I honestly don't care if Tarkowski is playing or not. We love to make below average and even average teams look like as if they're like the world's best 11. We have a real knack for that. No, I think it's gonna be a 1-1. I think they'll be happy to take a point. I think they're probably gonna set up shop 10 men like 10 men behind the ball, look to play counterattack, and we're going to have to thread the needle and and find, I don't know, 29 to get a goal. I mean, like I think the only way that we can score a goal is through a set piece, like with this squad. I mean, they're like this squad is dead food. I mean, the back three of Timber, Saliba, and Gabriel, like, we know are consistent. We know that Rice is consistent. We also know that Rice has been playing massive minutes as well. Like and we also don't know whether or not he had fully and successfully recovered after his injury, with a broken toe last year. It's absolutely, it is a terrible reflection of player management from this manager, but this has always been a gripe of ours, over time, over the last 6.5 years that he has been erroneously appointed as manager. We are he is running what have been the most typically reliable assets in this squad to the ground. Saka will never be the kind of player that he was previously. We're absolutely hoping and praying on we're hanging on a moment that that Rice doesn't go down injured, because if he does, lock it all off. And we've also even said that Rice and Zubimendi are not being played to the best of their abilities. Rice is not an 8, and Zubimendi is not a 6. They are playing. Yeah, exactly. They're completely swapped, Jamboy. Absolutely.
Yeah, change him.
That's
what we need to do.
But it still bothers me to no end.
But Doc, they sold this idea, on the internet. You can see a lot of fans saying that Rice is the best midfielder in the world. I know you've heard about it, right?
Yep.
It's too late now to tell the people, oh, wait, stop. We made a mistake. He's actually a CDM. We didn't mean midfielder as a number 8.
Yeah, well, and we also had bought Declan Rice after he was in the team of the season as a 6, not as an 8. But for some reason, this manager thinks, this is EA Sports 26, and I can play players wherever I want. It's absolutely crazy to me. It's absolutely crazy that we bought someone who is so clear and obviously a 6, and he's a good player. He's a solid player. He's definitely, for me, he is in the top 5, top 10, list of midfielders in the world. But but we also know that there's a certain Federico Valverde over Real Madrid who is far and wide levels above him. Granted, he is more of a true classic 8 in a box to box. Nico Barella is also a quality midfielder as well. And we, so it's just really it's this manager who is just digging his heels into the sand because he wants to prove everyone wrong. He wants to prove he wants to prove everyone wrong that he knows what he's doing, and it is entirely at our expense. So I'm going to go and say it's a 1-1 today. I'm not feeling confident like looking at this lineup.
Oh, fair enough. Nats. I mean, you're looking at the lineup, my bro. Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, Calafiore. I know how you feel about Calafiore, and you got that midfield, stale midfield, get stuck in midfield. You know, that kind of Sunday league midfield. You see that. This is the thing, bro. When are they gonna wake up and smell the coffee? When are they gonna do that, Nats? When are they gonna find out that this team has been gassed? This whole not the team. Let me say it again. The forwards, they're all overgassed. All of them are overgassed. What's your thoughts on this game since you've seen the lineup?
Well, truth of the matter is, most of the fan base, they won't see it till this manager gets potted, whenever that is. That's first and foremost. Second off, like Timber, Rice, Saka, they're all like they're all beyond dusted, like physically. Like they can barely walk, never mind jog or run. Like it's the same old shit. Like Calafiore, he's not a defender. He's a left forward at best, and even then, not at this level. Not good enough. I know Martinelli's been shit. I know Trossard's fallen off a cliff, but it is what it is. Like I said earlier, it's about results. It's not about performances. And as much as I've been slating this manager for the longest, these players need to take a hard fucking look at themselves, bruv. It's all well and good trying to, preserve your energy and all of that, and you don't have much of it anyway, if not at all. How about go back to basics? When you're tired, when you're fatigued, mentally, physically, emotionally, whatever, yeah, what do? You go back to basics. Simple passes. Why are you fizzing the ball from 5 yards out like it's a 10, 20-yard pass, bro? That makes no sense. That means you lack composure. It's all about composure, lads. Composure. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Hey, like best believe that. That's all you need. That's what separates the best from the rest. It's composure, lads. Yeah? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, the elite level players can keep their heads especially when you have the ball. Off the ball's a bit different. Do you know what I'm saying? Because Patrick Vieira, his temperament wasn't great. I'm not going to lie. But he had all the attributes and the leadership. It's just how he was. Do you know what I'm saying? Roy Keane, very similar. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not about the player's temperament so much. It's more about the hunger, desire, thunder, passion, blood, sweat, and tears, and all of that. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like that's part of the fundamentals as well, as rather just the passing it from a few yards out. And if you're going to shoot,
it's playing safe, Nats. It's the new way to go, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. It's like playing it safe. Hit the ball on fucking target first and foremost, especially if like you're in and around the box. Do you know what I'm saying? Like cross the ball. Don't let it hit the first man and all of that. Movement. Just.
I mean, we're seeing Saka, Nats. We're seeing Saka sometimes shoot from impossible angles, Nats. Just impossible angles that will lead up to nothing. I mean, throwing it in the box, like Klopp used to get his players to do, would create more of a danger than just shooting it straight at the keeper. Or is he looking for a corner? What's the play here, Nats?
We have FIFA players, bro. It's literally down the line, P&P merchants, whip the ball in or try and cut in, and then it goes into like the corner flag or even goes out for a throw. Like Madueke's shot against, I think Leverkusen or something like that. Or it might have been Brian. Either way. Like, I'm just sick and tired of just seeing garbage and not delivering. If you're going to give us garbage, like here's the thing. If you're going to give me food that ain't healthy, at least it better taste good. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck how it looks. But
put some peri on that.
Yeah, peri seasoning, jerk seasoning, all of them ones there. Do you know what I'm saying, bro? At least
lemon and herb.
It's fucking good. Do you know what I'm saying? Like at least you're full. At least you're not feeling like you're on a half empty or an empty stomach. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, give us something to, like cheer for. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I'm sick and tired of this manager and all these players. Like, well, we just feel like the fans ain't really behind us and all that. Well, give us something to be behind. Give us something to support and all of that shit. We're sick and tired of being like the most of the fan base being sorry for bloody millionaires, bro. If you're a millionaire, cool, whatever. If you're a cool guy, cool girl, whatever, and you're a millionaire, cool. But really and truly, I don't care. We don't care. Deliver or piss off, bro. That's where we're at. And it shouldn't take the manager about to being potted or whatever. We don't win the league or whatever. We don't win the League Cup. In order for people to realise that he ain't good enough and most of these players ain't good enough, they don't have it up here. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm done with it, bro. I'm done with it, to be honest. But to be honest, I've got a bounce in it.
Fair enough.
A few other things, and yeah, much appreciated.
Big up, Nats.
Big up, Nats, mate.
Big up,
Bro.
Rob, Manny, and also Dr. Seymour Butts. Do you know what I'm saying? Big up, people. 1-0 to the ass now. Let's hope and pray and all of that shit. Do you know what I'm saying? Stinky 1-0. And yeah, all the best. Enjoy the game and peace out. Much love.
Fair enough, man. Fair enough. Big up to you, man. Big up views for the raid, by the way. Big up views for the raid. Norms.
Yeah.
We haven't heard your thoughts on this game, man. I mean, you're looking at the lineup, the same lineup as we saw against Man United the first game. Copy paste.
Yeah.
But, what's your thoughts?
I mean, I'm a little bit sad seeing California in there, to be honest. I would have preferred to see Pear in there. Havertz, he's not an out-and-out striker, so he's going to drop deep. I know he links up play and everything. I think this is where the frustration is going to come from me because, as somebody rightly says, I think Shane said, you play a left-sided footed attacking player on the left and Madueke, and then you drop him for Havertz. Yeah. It just does everything back to front. I don't get the way this guy works. And listen, Saka should be starting. Do you know what I mean? Saka should not be starting this game. Now, I don't know what's going on with Norgard, if he's injured or what, but somebody rightly said, it's a physical game. You know, Everton are a physical side, and Zubimendi doesn't do well against physical sides, and when he's pressed, you can see he folds half the time. It would have been good to see Norgard playing alongside Deckers, as Deckers will have the freedom to run Norgard. The limited time that we have seen him play, we've seen him play forward passes, albeit against a team that we expected to beat. You know, when we played in, I think it was the FA Cup. It might have been the FA Cup, I think, I can't remember. But we saw him play some real nice passes and that. I just need you to turn up. Look, the Crystal Palace, we're never ever going to see. The Sport in Lisbon, we're never going to see because of the system and because of the type of football that Arteta sort of impresses on these players. So we're not going to see that. But at the same time, I need Eze, just like he turned up against Tottenham. Just think that Everton are Tottenham right now. Yeah, just think they're wearing white shirts and just go out and do something. Do you know what I mean? Please, I beg you. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, as I said, for me, it's still about the result. But maybe tonight they might shock us. They might just go out and say, right, we're out on, we're gonna play off the cuff. But really, I'm really hoping. That's just hoping, really. And for me, Timber, listen, the last few games he hasn't played well. You know what I mean? He's going to be up against that Ndai guy is very tricky. So if he doesn't get any joy over there and he ends up going over the California side, California 1-to-1 with a tricky attacking player is not very good. And that's why I prefer to see Pierre Ankipai in that situation there. Now, again, I don't know why it's the fact that he needs to rest him or what. But looking at the side, I would have liked to have seen Glock start, even though, he's not performing at the level. But because Madueke is playing on that side, it would have suited him. But he's gone with Havertz up front. Obviously, we've got the options of, I don't know, with Miles Lewis-Skelly. I mean, look, there's no.
I think they're going to sell him, Norms.
Yeah, I think he goes. Yeah, what I'm going to say is that just for whatever reason, say, I don't know, Zubruni has a game. Is he going to bring on Miles Lewis-Skelly in that midfield? Or doesn't he trust him? No, he doesn't.
I don't think so, yeah.
That's why you need Norgard there. But we don't know, because when he was asking his press conference, he said there's no injuries. Apart from Moreno and Odegaard. So where's Norgard then? I hope that they will ask him in the post-match after. What's the situation with him? But I'm still going to go with a 2-0 win. As I said, it'll probably still end up being a stinky win. But look, I hope they prove me wrong and they go out and just blow the pants off these guys, put the game to bed, and we can come away from that game saying fantastic, brilliant. We move on to the next game. The most important thing is tonight is about the result. Get the result, get that 10-point gap, put pressure on Man City, and then we can sit back, relax, and just watch Man City go to West Ham at 8:00 and see what they do. Based on what we've done against Everton. So I'm still going with a 2-0. Not happy with the lineup, but I'm still going to go with a 2-0.
If I can just ask, is it just myself that is so frustrated, with the potential departure of Lewis Skelly from Arsenal? Or is it just me?
Absolutely. Based on how he was last season and his performance and that, just to see how Mikel Arteta has treated him. And now he's his third choice left back, even though he's not a left back. But that's what I ended up. And then he's cost him his England place. And now, MLS is asking for a move, either that's a loan move or a permanent move. All the big signing around him. Same with Ethan Ranwery. Same thing. All the big signing and all the circus around him coming back and all of that. And they literally all of these players, these young players that have come through. Who can name one young player that's thrived under this manager?
I can't even name a forward.
Right, no. Yeah, so this is what it is. ESR, all of these guys, they've literally just fallen away. It's
they're all youngsters. They're all youngsters because it's easier to let them down than it is the big players.
Yeah.
Cowardly. It's cowardly, man.
Yeah, he can't coach. He just seems to can't coach young players. It looks like it.
Because I have to admit, there is an incredible irony that's going on here. That just same time last year, big up to you all. Just same time last year, right? we had Arteta sexuals saying, Ethan Nwaneri better than Yamin Lamal. We had people the same time last year saying that Lewis Skelly is the next coming of Ashley Cole, right? Players.
But they gas everyone up, Doc.
I know, and that's not my point. But my point is that players just don't naturally drop off a cliff so suddenly. Only at this club, supposedly people go from 100 to 0, in an instant. And and we had even seen Lewis Skelly in midfield this season, against Atletico Madrid. This man knows how to play. But the only conclusion that I can reach is that players like Lewis Skelly, players like Nwaneri, because they came through the academy and they didn't cost anything, Arteta is prioritizing players that he personally wanted, that this club paid over the odds for players that have proven not to be consistent or good enough. Arteta is compelled to make sure that they get enough game time and to be given first priority, just so that he can attempt to prove the worth of that transfer itself. Simply because if youth players from our academy are outperforming Arteta's desired transfer targets, that is a reflection of how damning his talent ID has been over time, which has been shockingly poor.
Not 100%, bro. But I think it's better. Like Norm said, it's easier to let down a teenager, do you know what I'm saying, or young player, than it is to other players that will probably, go against you or challenge you. Ola, I mean, you've seen the lineup, right? I don't know if you've seen the lineup, but
yeah, I've seen the lineup.
It's the same lineup as every game. Ola, what we doing here, Ola? What's your thoughts on the Everton game?
Yeah, it's going to be a tough game to start with. And big up everybody on the panel, Nomski, Jez, Doc, all of you, man, Jamboy, big up everybody on the panel. It's going to be a tough game. But the showing that we did in midweek, sometimes, when you're looking for that continuity to try and get the win, to get momentum, we didn't have that against Leverkusen. Not many people thought that game was going to be a draw. but we need to get that win today, man. I'm not confident about the lineup. I'm not gonna lie. Why Saka got selected, I don't know, based on his last showing. Even in the Premier League, like, to me, he's burning. You know what I'm trying to say? Gyökeres.
I mean, Ola, just one question. Is it really, like, I know I hate every one of you lot are saying like Saka is burnt out and blah blah blah. Is it really burnt out, or is it just the talent or the explosiveness is gone and he used to use that and now it's not there? There's no tech, no GA, no performances. It is where it is.
This is where you take it. This is where, as a coach or manager, whichever one he professes to be, is supposed to take him out of the firing line for to try and, at least, if anything, put some fire in his ass and let him know he's got competition. Because when Saka's fit or he's able to play, he knows he's getting that spot. It's like today, we've shuffled other people around to accommodate him when we know, really and truly, he's been shit for a few months. Let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it 100. He's been shit for donkeys. I'll go back as to say, what, damn near 18 months. I've not seen the best of Saka, and I'm being real, for 300 grand a week.
I agree.
You know?
Yeah, but if I can also comment, I'll answer your question, Rashid. It is both, because look, when Saka is fit and he knows that his body feels good, he's able to do whatever he can do. You cannot ask a wounded or an unfit horse or a show pony to compete in one of the more blue ribbon races, because you know that you're not going to get the best out of him. It's as simple as that. So to answer your question, it is both, because when a player like Saka is fit and he feels comfortable in his body, then he's able to do anything. And we all have that. I mean, when we were younger, you know, and we didn't know what an injury was, we felt as though we could walk on water and do whatever we could. But then once we get older, the injuries start coming in, shot knees, aching shoulders, hamstrings.
Story of my life, mate.
String. Yeah, and that's the thing. So the sad part is that Saka has aged a lot, and so he doesn't have the joy. And this here is a disgusting consequence, and Andrew has got it spot on. He hasn't been the same since his injury. But the best managers have the ability to treat their younger players better, give them adequate rest when they need it. And even as players start to develop, a manager also has to have the sense to know that if you play them far too frequently, you're going to burn them out. You have to be serious in what you want for your team, for your squad, for your players. And like Mourinho, when he came to Chelsea, he made it clear that he wanted two players in every position so that he could rest one and play the other. And of course, even then, there were some players who didn't get to play enough games to earn a Premiership winners medal. But at least Mourinho was ahead of the curve when he knew what he wanted. Arteta doesn't know what he wants. He's winging it. He's unqualified. He doesn't know how to treat his crown jewels. And now those jewels are losing their luster. So I would like to see a situation where, I'll just be very quick. I'll say this. I would like to see a situation right now where after the World Cup, Saka is rested completely. No preseason. And, he just takes his time to rest and recuperate, does some light exercise, and comes back feeling a lot better. Because he's been burnt into the ground. And he cannot perform the way he normally performs because his body just isn't up to it, Rashid. So that is a consequence of what Arteta and Southgate have done to him. And if Tuchel is smart, he will also take the hint. And I just don't know what's going to happen with Saka. That's why Phil Foden also dropping off a cliff is also bad news for England. Because if we have to rest Saka, Foden would normally be there in his place. And even Cole Palmer's not doing well.
Can I ask you a quick question? Can I ask you a quick question though? Go ahead. When you see Saka play for England, right? Does it look like he plays better football in the England shirt than he does for us, based on the system that we got Saka playing?
Yes, a little bit, yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, we don't have Arteta managing. We don't have Arteta managing England though, bro. We don't.
No.
But my question is always,
you know how we talk about
as a Do you know what it is, Ola? Yeah. You know how we talk about, oh, we're not seeing the Crystal Palace Eze. Oh, we're not seeing Saka the 2 years ago Saka, the other guy. How come when a 16-year-old is on that pitch, Max Dowman, the best player, the best forward, sorry, not player, best forward at this club is playing, you can see him find a pass, take on man, create, do everything.
I can answer that for you. I can answer that for you.
Hungry.
You get to use all your flair until you get to solidify your place in the first team. Once you solidify your place in the first team, your flair license is revoked. That's what's been happening, bro. Yeah. You get to use all your flair. We saw it with Nwaneri. He was playing with all freedom in the world until when it got to the time for him to start playing for the first team regularly. The same thing with Eze. The same thing with all these flair players that we brought in and around the team, and then all of a sudden, the license to use the flair isn't there anymore. And I'm convinced it's the system that the manager got them playing that's restricting the flair, because we got a lot of Mavericks in the team, right?
Yeah,
but we don't see it. We don't see it. This is the thing. We get all these players from all these other teams, and then as soon as you see them licking shots from outside the box, bam, it's gone in. You see them taking free kicks, bam, bending and going in. Every time these players come to Arsenal, you don't see them doing the same things. Those things get coached out of them. And said, no, this is not how we do things around here. I still remember the quote of Arteta telling fucking Gyökeres, this is a brother that scored 97, damn near 100 goals in 2 seasons, and told him, you got to be comfortable in your own skin, not scoring goals for at least 8 games. And if you ain't comfortable with that, go to another team. He said that to the striker you just bought. What kind of mindset, what kind of seed does that plant in that player's mind? If you're telling you gotta be comfortable with going on a drought, what kind of thing is that? I've never heard that before. In all my time of watching football, where a manager's telling his striker, you better get comfortable with going on a drought, you know. And if you ain't comfortable with going on a drought, go somewhere else. I've never heard that before. That's wild to me.
I mean,
go somewhere else and score loads of goals. You know what I mean?
Exactly. What does that mean? You just put him this season. It's not like it's been 3 years. It's this season. Do you know what I'm saying? It's crazy to me. But what are we? So, Ola, you saying this? What are we gonna do? Because if Arteta wins this league, you know he's gonna stay, right? So, what are we gonna do in the next season, the season after that? And are we just
my thing has always been this, Rash, and I've said this plenty of times. Regardless, because for me, one thing is the most important thing. Is the club and what we're putting in the cabinet. It does not matter whether it's Arteta that did it, whether it's Bob the Builder that did it. I don't give a fuck who did it. I don't give a fuck who going to be there.
No, but like the players.
Get me over the line first with this Premiership, right? And I said it before. One way or the other, I'll get what I want. If the manager don't bring majors, he's getting fired. You bring majors, you can stay. Keep doing your job.
Okay, cool. What if he stays? So what are we going to do when he stays? Yeah, let's just say he stays. Are we just going to worry every time we sign a star player or we sign someone? Because this is going to be the story, right? This is going to be... Because Arteta couldn't win it at playing attacking football, the controlled football, defensive football. He's nearly there, right? I'm guessing he's going to continue playing his football, right?
This is where Berta comes in. This is where Berta's job is even more important than ever. Because he's our eyes and our mouthpiece on Arteta's job. Because I don't want Arteta feeling like he's untouchable, right? But this is where Berta comes in, and that will test Berta's mettle to see how much of Arteta is able to take next season if he continues to play this shameful style of football. You know what I mean? Because I think the system of football that we're playing is killing our flair players. If you could go back to 2 seasons ago where we played, you know, that lovely football that we played, but now be able to sustain it for long periods of time in the season to the point where we can win something with it, then I'll hear that. But like I said, this is where Berta's job is even more important, because he's the one that's got to bring in the players to suit whatever style that we're trying to play. And if you think thinking I'm bringing in players. These flair players are coming in. Arteta's not using them in the right way. It's his job to you know what I mean, to pull the trigger on it. It's his job.
The
fair enough,
hierarchy
man.
need to see what's going on for the bigger picture for the future, and
Well,
the
they
way
can't.
the way it's
They
gone
can't.
this season. If any of the other top clubs had have been half decent, we would not be top of the league right now. We wouldn't be.
No, I understand that, but unfortunately, the hierarchy
We've
can't
been
say
the best
anything
of
to
a bad
Arteta
lot.
saying that he does win the league. He's going to play the same football that he played this season. So it's just going to be, the same as this season. It's going to be another season, new shirt, couple of players. Yeah. It's going to be the same football. So are we just going to see every season our players going downhill? So if any player that he has, obviously forwards, we're talking about forwards, they regress. And any player that we buy regresses. So I really don't know what to do with this manager if he stays. It is a sticky one. But
no, when I said the bigger picture, I mean what Arteta's doing, like not in a good way. Yeah, I mean they need to see like the injuries to the players, the football. It's been rubbish. The fact that Chelsea, Liverpool, Man City have all been atrocious this season. I mean, if we win the league, we've done it in spite of Arteta and due to being the best of those teams. But it ain't because we've been brilliant. It hasn't. Next season, if any of those teams next season up their level, bringing a few signings and improve big time, we ain't winning the league next season if it's the same as this season. And that's what the hierarchy need to see.
Nah, fair enough, man. Fair enough. Big up top side, bro. First of all, big up Jez, Jam, Doc, Rob, Manny, obviously Ola, and Nats, of course, and Norms. Big up to every one of you. Big up to the chat as well, man. You've been absolute legends, bro. More than 100 people locked in, you know what I'm saying? Well, now everybody's going to watch the game, but big up to everyone that's locked in, man. Big up to everyone that's locked in. Listen, we're going to redirect to Lee. So, yeah, people. We're going to leave you with this, and hopefully we win, you know. Come on, you Gunners. Let's go.
Come on,
let's go.
Big up, chat. Big up, everyone.
Show Lee some love, yeah? Show Lee, Ola, and Matty some love.
Well, we're not doing no predictions.
Oh, do you know what? Yeah. Fair enough. True. Some of us have predicted, some of us haven't.
All right.
I'm going to go with a draw. 1-1. Jez.
2-1 Arsenal.
Fair enough. Jam.
1-0 Arsenal.
Okay. Probably a step piece, innit? Manny.
Think fest.
2-1. Already made my prediction.
2-1. Rob.
1-0 scam win again.
Fair enough. Doctor. Doc.
Just like yourself, my G, 1-1.
1-1, 100%. Ola, what's your prediction, bro?
I'm going 2-0. I'm going to go 2-0.
2-0, yeah? No problems, yeah? Are we going to have absolute no problem? You said
own goal at the corner, man. I'm not saying it's going to be a pretty 2-0. I never said it's going to be pretty.
Hang on.
Own goal at the corner, man.
I've changed my mind. Hang on.
It sounded pretty.
I'm down 5-0. I've just had some dopamine.
All right, good man.
You know the way Ola said it? He was like 2-0. I don't know. He said it with chest. He said it with a type of energy where he made me feel like, wait a second, I have to ask him. Did he mean 2-0?
No, that 2-0 was never going to be pretty, bro. You know what I mean? I thought corner kick at the own goal, man. You know what I mean? Them type of thing, man. Yeah, man.
Big up to everyone that's locked in, people. And we're out. Rashid Wade on the way, yeah? Show them some love. Set piece code.